नमस्कार। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत आभार। इंडिपेंडेंट रिसर्च एथिक्स सोसाइटी की आयुष समृद्धि इंटरनेशनल वेबिनार सीरीज के 2229 एपिसोड में आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत। सोशल वर्क, आज वर्क सोशल वर्क डे है, उसको हम सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं। इस विषय में हमारे तीन वक्ता हमें आशीर्वाद देंगे। सोशल वर्क, नीड फॉर हेल्थ अवेयरनेस, ज्ञानी वक्ता हैं। मैं आदरणीय विष्णु प्रसाद शर्मा सर से प्रार्थना करता हूं उनके स्वागत प्रवचन की, और शैकत कुमार बसु जी से प्रार्थना करता हूं कि दोनों वक्ताओं को यदि मेरा सपोर्ट करें, बुला लें तो ज्यादा कृपा हो। आदरणीय डॉक्टर विष्णु प्रसाद शर्मा सर।
Namaskar, Hariom. Good evening to everybody. Respected distinguished guests, eminent speaker, ladies and gentlemen. I, Professor Dr. Vishnu Prasad Sharma, welcome all of you to this AYUSH Samriddhi International Webinar Series on Social Work Need for Health Awareness. Most important subject today we have. In this webinar, we have eminent speaker. I want to welcome Dr. Suparna S. Mukherjee from Bolpur. Namaskar, madam, and welcome you to this Ayush Samriddhi webinar. Next, I want to welcome Mrs. Sutapa Bardhan from Kolkata. Namaskar, madam, and welcome you to this Ayush Samriddhi International Webinar Series. Next, I want to welcome Dr. Soikot Kumar Basu from Alberta, Canada. Namaskar, sir, and welcome you to this Ayush Samriddhi International Webinar Series on Social Work Need for Health Awareness. सबको स्वागत करते हो, नमस्कार, और ये लास्ट सेशन ओपन हुआ डिक्लेयर करते हो।
थैंक यू,
नमस्कार और पवन जी।
थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू सो मच। नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट डॉक्टर शैकत कुमार बसु फॉर हिज ओपिनियन। डॉक्टर बसु साहेब। डॉक्टर शैकत कुमार बसु जी, प्रणाम। एम आई ऑडिबल टू यू? डॉक्टर बसु, डॉक्टर शैकत कुमार बसु। डॉक्टर शैकत कुमार बसु जी, एम आई ऑडिबल टू यू? हरिओम। डॉक्टर शैकत, यस, वेलकम 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 वेलकम।
शर्मा जी,
नमस्कार नमस्कार।
कर मुझे 2 मिनट दीजिए, मैं सुतपा जी को थोड़ा इन्फॉर्म कर देता हूँ, वो कनेक्टेड आ जाएगा लाइन पे। हाँ, 2 मिनट्स।
मैं तो ये जानता हूँ, सोशल वर्क जो हम कर रहे हैं पिछले 5 साल से, वो भी एक सोशल वर्क ही है। ऐसा कोई काम जिसमें हम स्वार्थ की आशा न रखें, परमार्थ की आशा रखें, समाज के लिए सोचें, राष्ट्र के लिए सोचें, विश्व के लिए सोचें, ऐसा एक परमार्थ का काम मेरे हिसाब से सामाजिक चेतना जो देता है, सामाजिक कई रास्तों के आयाम खोलता है, और दूसरों तक ये सुविधा पहुंचाने के लिए संकल्पित रहता है। हमने ज्ञान का रास्ता चुना। जिन पे बहुत लंबी टीम होती है वो फिजिकली जाने का रास्ता भी चुन लेते हैं। आज नहीं तो कल ये आयुष समृद्धि एक ऐसा पेड़ बनेगा जो मेरी अंतरात्मा की इच्छा है कि इसमें कई हम जैसे आयुर्वेद के पंछी, हेल्थ के पंछी, साइंस के पंछी आएंगे, ज्ञान की चहचहाट करेंगे और ये पेड़ बढ़ता रहेगा। तो ये सोशल वर्क ही है जो हम ज्ञान का एक लोगों को दे रहे हैं, और वो भी निशुल्क, बिना किसी शुल्क के। आयुष समृद्धि किसी से कोई फीस नहीं लेती, दान नहीं लेती, जो भी है एक परमार्थ की भावना से किया गया काम है। मैं डॉक्टर शैकत कुमार बसु जी को, डॉक्टर सुपर्णा सान्याल मुखर्जी को, दोनों ही हमारे पिलर्स हैं आयुष समृद्धि के। इतने बड़े ज्ञान का सागर, आप जिस टॉपिक पे 1 घंटा पहले बोल दीजिए, आपको टू द पॉइंट, बिल्कुल फैक्ट और साइंस, लॉजिकल एक स्पीच आप दे सकते हैं। ये मुझे पूरा विश्वास ही नहीं, आप लोगों पे गर्व है। आई एम रियली प्राउड ऑफ both of you that you have blessed us like anything, everything, every day. Excellent, excellent, and excellent. So now, Satpaji, namaskar, swagatam, swagatam. So now, without wasting much time, I would like to request Dr. Suparna Sanyal Mukherjee madam for her valuable speech. Dr. Suparna madam.
Thank you very much. Very good evening to the all
Welcome,
dignitaries over
welcome.
here. And I convey my best regards and gratitude to the Ayush Samriddhi platform who has enriched me on this August platform. Today's topic is very burning topic at present juncture. Just because of social work and health issues, we have to be emphasized upon. Because we are the social well-being, we are living in a society and we have formed a society, and where the health is the main factor, and we have to look into the health issues. So the health issues is an issue of fundamental human rights and social justice, and which bind the social work, those who are doing the social work to apply these principles in policy, in policy guideline like education policy, the research policy, then the economic policy, the social justice policy. Each and every parts of the policy guidelines has to be introduced and incorporated in the social work policies. The people who have been equal rights, they are enjoying the basic conditions which has given them the proper functional effects in the society at large. So it has been the living support, it has been the enrichment support, it has the socio-economic, cultural and techno-economical support. All and social work has to be looked into the matter which the people are needed. So this is the point. This is the time when we have to look into the developmental aspect of this health policy, which embedded in the constitution of the WHO, where statement was framed. They have emphasized on this the first constitution which was created, a definition of health which has become widely, including a definition of social workers IFSW policy. So which particularly emphasize on this the immediate situation. It has been declared by the WHO that it was COVID was world pandemic. In that cases, we have seen the all the parts and corners of the world how we have taken the measures, because social worker in this the COVID situation where the people were not getting, those who were in the quarantine, the cooked food has been delivered, and how they have taken measures basic work. In the same time, they have been emphasized on this all the formalities which is needed and which is for this. So it is the physical support, mental support, social support, economic support, and every parts of this world, it has been emphasized that we are needed the social benefit from this social work. So there have basically the pharmaceutical sector, then the AYUSH sector, then the every
Your voice
companies
is
they
not
have
coming,
the
madam. Have you
point.
completed?
It is hello.
Madam,
Yes,
Dr. Suparna, madam.
yes. Can you get? Can you get now? Can you get noise now?
Yes, now voice is coming.
Is it audible?
Yes, now it is audible.
Hello. Okay, thank you.
Yes, yes.
So that's why it is very important for this social work, especially in the AYUSH Samriddhi, because it has enriched your physical, your social, your mental, your socio-economic, your socio-political and socio-cultural aspect. It has been looked into the matter which is needed, because we are the social animal. We are living in a society where we are doing each and every work for this infrastructural benefit. At the same time, we are doing our education, research, economic sector, then entrepreneurship, then empowerment sector, the elderly, looking after the elderly people, the mental support, everything, every aspects of our life is needed in this social work. So social work, not only the work which we have to explore and extend it in the physical system, but it is a system which is emphasized, and we should be the which have the fathom. We have to fathom it. Otherwise, we cannot do it, because we are so doing the social work. That doesn't mean that we are doing some pity to the others, because everywhere, every sectors and every situations, we are very very selfish to say that the why we will do the social work. What is the benefit of this? First, we have to think our benefit. This benefit is, though the logical aspect, it is quite good enough, but it is sometimes it is not the compatible enough with the social work. So social work and health is a very important factor nowadays, which can emphasize on this all the parts of development of our work. And that's why we are getting education, the new large global charitable trust, like which are giving there are several foundations which has been provided the healthcare system. This healthcare system is started from the family orientation and the family education. Family education is a part of this health issues, because the good health is generating from the family system. That's why we have to look after the children at the lower stage and the early neonatal natal stage. So this is the very good aspect how we are estimating the social work and the health benefits they are getting. Because the international health social work, which is emphasizing the major factors, especially the vector-borne diseases. This vector-borne diseases is always happening in case of the children, those who are below 5 years of age, and above 5 years of till 10 years of age, they are mainly suffering from this vector-borne diseases, and the adult persons is also suffering from that. So that's why we have to take care all our children and the adults for this the betterment, and the cleanliness is also required for this social factor. So that's why it is very important. We have to look into the matter, and AYUSH is the main factor, because everything is generating. Because nowadays, what we are emphasizing on this, the cultivation of social forestry, at the same time, the plants generation, and this bee cultivation, apiculture, so many things that we are introducing for this benefit of the environmental factor, at the same time, the society development. Hence, the social work and the health issues are very incorporating, and they are maintaining the symbiotic relationship in the society at large. That's why the social work is very good and interesting issues, and we should think about the society first, because we are the social animal. We have the all kinds of needs and necessities, but we are malpractice all these needs and necessities, which is not the part of our social work. That's why the social work is incorporating our good senses, good soul system, and good emphasizing enough to do our work in the respected fields. Thank you very much. Thanks for AYUSH Samriddhi giving me such an opportunity. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, madam. We are really grateful to you. Now I would like to request Dr. Sutpa Vardhan. Welcome, madam. Welcome. Great to see you again.
So very good evening to everybody, to my friends here, speakers, and of course all others who might be listening to this webinar. So today I am very enlightened to talk on a topic which is very close to my heart, and at the same time a very sensitive issue, and this is something which we all become extremely close at one point of time in our life when we want to do a give back to the society. So as madam mentioned, like we are social beings and we have been growing in community which has been formed of a society, then a family, and we have been trying to live for each other and live with each other. And when we consider a thing which is very common to us, that charity begins at home. I love to say that charity begins at home but should not end there. So when we say that it should not end there means that I am looking forward that I do something for the society, for every corner of every family, every home that belongs to our community and our society. So that's the social work concept. And when we talk of social work, there can be innumerable aspects which where we can talk about social work, and where we can talk about how we can invest our time, how we can invest our passion, how we can invest our needs. Because whenever we want to do something for the larger part of the society, the larger part of the community, there is also a need that comes to us, that we feel the sense of belongingness. So when you are doing a social work, means you yourself, you are becoming a part of the ecosystem, and you are trying to contribute yourself. And in the process, I'm sure whenever you are going to do something, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So that in the process of giving, you also get back a lot of love, a lot of respect, a lot of esteem, and a lot of self satisfaction. So this is where we can take in the social work too. And of course, like when we think of social work, there can be ample opportunity, ample occasions, and life today is giving us ample means by which we can do social work. Initially, we used to do social work in the form of small clusters, like when we had very little mobility, when we did not have the age where communication was so very easy and so very convenient and to this mammoth extent. But right now, with so much of technology coming into place, we can not only do social work, but at the same time, we can think of social work from a huge aspect, huge variation, and you just need to have the passion, the dream, and there you can do the social work. So, like, if I now try to focus on different aspects, like even whether you work as a social worker, or whether you work as a professional, or whether you even work as a homemaker, or somebody who might not be directly involved in social work, but that's a great contribution you can always do in whatever sphere you can. So it can be something like, like the droplets that will fill up the ocean. So similarly, small contribution from all of us can be a very valuable aspect of doing a social work. And finally, as we all know, like social work is something which not only helps you to grow, helps you to evolve, but of course, it even helps you to transform your surrounding and also make the world a better place. Now, if I think like from a social worker point of view, there are ample opportunities you can do. And nowadays, we not only see from a social work point of view, from a passion point of view, but even professionally, there are ample occasions by which we can do social work. And last but not the least, as a mental health professional, I think like we all, try to do counseling. We are all good psychologists. We are all good special educators. But at the end of the day, there is always a soft touch. There is always an emotional aspect that you are a social worker. So when I say that I am a social worker, that means that I am actually becoming so humbled that I call myself not as a professional, not as a consultant, but a social worker who is trying to work for the society, for, for every human being, for every person, for the community, for every aspect of life. And finally, I would want to end my message today that being a social worker is something which many of us dream, but at the same time, there can be constraints, there can be situations where we might not get the right opportunity to do the right thing. But it is never too late that we start even with the smallest act of us, which can make a big difference to somewhere, someone in some corner of this world. So, with this, thank you very much, Ayush. I think you have been an integral part of the society to carry the message of so many topics, so many occasions that somewhere, somebody, in some way, you are touching the hearts of millions. So, that is also a big social work. That is also a big contribution which we are all doing to the society. And I am grateful that I've got this chance to talk for Ayush Samriddhi. And thank you again. This place always enlightens me, and I am grateful to everybody here. Thank you very much. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day and a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Really, we are grateful to you, madam. Thank you very much. Now I would like to request Dr. Sakat Kumar Basu for his motivational speech.
Thank you. Can you hear me, Dr. Sharma? Am I
Yes,
audible?
yes,
Okay, okay,
yes.
okay. Okay, thank you, thank you. I'm having a little problem with the net right now, but anyways, I'm glad that I am audible. Thank you so much for inviting me to this platform. In addition to both the madams, as they have nicely explored the areas of social work with health, I would like to just highlight and add to the fact that I think health awareness is still there, but mental health awareness is very much lacking in our society. I have seen this mental health awareness is not just a case that is lacking, or there is a social stigma associated with it in just in India. Even in other countries that I have visited, I have seen that it is a social taboo. People are afraid to discuss mental health or to express their problems and challenges, as it adds a social taboo, and you may be identified as a mentally unstable person. So if you have diabetes, if you have a heart related disorder, if you have a gastroenteritis disorder, even if you have cancer, we are happy and we are open in discussing and exchanging information notes with one another about our treatment, about the process that we are going through. But when it is mental health, it is very common that we would like to hide, because there are certain important reasons, because the society looks at mental health as a very negative taboo, and then you are identified as a mentally unstable individual or an individual who has mental challenges, and you straight become an individual or a social outcast which is not acceptable to the society. This is very unfortunate, and this is where social work or social awareness is very important. I strongly feel that of all the social work or social activities that is associated with educational awareness, environmental awareness, or health related awareness, one of the most neglected but most important field is what is our mental health related awareness. So as a social worker, whenever I get an opportunity on the appropriate program, I'm not a trained psychologist, I do not have the necessary training, but just as an individual who has gone through the life and seen challenges, ups and downs. I think we all have experiences to share, learn from one another, and grow from that. So, as a social worker, I think one of the most important aspect of health awareness is mental health, and we should be working together on this platform in actually boosting people to share their mental challenges and problems. Mental health is so important that it constitutes majority part of our social health awareness compared to other health. How many of us are impacted with very serious diseases like paralysis, cancer, stroke, heart and diseases? Like most of the problems that we have are either metabolic disorders or some kind of infections that we are having, but it is the mental part which actually either strengthens us or makes us feel sad. I know about a cancer patient who is a cancer survivor and is one of our friend who is so strong in her mind and her attitude that this is the outside her medication, this is something that has been boosting her survival till date, that she has been doing so good in spite of stage 4 cancer is one of the reason is her mental strength and mental attitude towards life and the disease, and it is something that we need to all learn from her and share with it. So as a social worker, I strongly believe when we are talking about health awareness, every platform that we could find, we should talk a little bit about mental health awareness and boost people that it is nothing to be ashamed of, not a social stigma or a taboo. It is a problem that each one of us suffer at some point of life or other. I don't believe there is anyone, any individual left in this world who does not suffer or has not suffered from anxiety, depression, tension, stress, or any other mental related issues at one point or other time in our life. We may be going through the same stress at this point of time when I am delivering this presentation. So it is important that we come together on a platform, be very open and honest, and try and learn and express ourselves to better our mental health. Because if we are strong with our mind, we are better with our health. This is something that is very much neglected in India and other countries. I think this is the area that we need to highlight as a social workers by boosting each other. That do not be afraid, do not run away from mental issues and problem. Be bold and face it, and don't be ashamed if you have any kind of a mental issues. We all have, whether we agree or we disagree. There is not a single person left in this world that does not have any kind of a mental issues or challenge at this present point of time. So thank you once again for inviting me to this platform. It has been a pleasure to be associated with you, and we'll continue to work together and build on this AYUSH platform. Thank you, Sharmaji, and thank you to all the speakers and other participants on this platform.
Thank you very much, Sagarji. You all are pillars of AYUSH Samriddhi. So I don't have any word for that, really, except grateful. You are really great orator, knowledgeable, learned scientist. So what else I can understand? Really great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good night to everybody. Good night. Good night.